you end up slogging it in flip-flops. I don't understand why we're taking stilettos to a Spanish island, because I tell you now, the floor is not suitable for that stuff anyway. Oh,
Tell me a funny story, travel funny story.
my funny story, what, when I went on holiday with my friend?
Yes, some travel funny story. You said I'm gonna laugh a lot, and I would like to laugh. I do need to laugh.
Oh gosh. Okay, well, like I said, the pair of us, we were a mischievous pair. We were well behaved, but we were a mischievous pair at the same time. If that can even work, like, okay, maybe we weren't behaved, but we went on. My mum took us on holiday, and I can't remember where it was, but to cut a very long story short, we were staying in this hotel here. Then there was a hotel down the bottom of the road, and we decided to leave this hotel. At the time, we told my mum that we were just going for a walk and a yonder. And we left the hotel we were staying in because we thought the entertainment was crap, basically. And then we walked down to the other one, and there was a barrier across. So we decided to shuffle under the barrier, and we ended up going into the hotel down the road, and the entertainment was far more entertaining. However, it transpired that I don't even know if this can still happen or it can still go on, but we were definitely underage drinking. And Spanish measures out there, they're kind of vodka and Coke, isn't it? Like, I don't know if it's like that now, but back then that was a case of that much to that.
Oh, it's probably like that because I would say Spanish is all we Bulgarians are like Spanish, so for us this is a normal one. I struggle with 50
Yeah.
here. Well,
Well,
50
I can tell
small
you
one
that.
is
Yeah. So there's a lot of that going on. There was a lot of people in there. I have got pictures of like, it horrifies me now that two teenage girls, we'd gone in a foreign country, buggered off to another hotel, and we actually made friends with an adult couple.
like and this was in Tenerife or somewhere else in Spain.
Yeah, I want to say Tenerife, but I couldn't be completely sure. It was definitely a Spanish island of some sort, and I'd managed to lose €50. I didn't spend it; I lost it, and that was a lot back then. I say back then. You're talking 20 years, and or was it even euros? I can't even remember. And then me and my friend talk about it to this day, and I swear we can still smell it. Is we were on aftershock shots. Oh, I can still smell it. I can still taste it. I'll never touch that stuff again in my life. Me and my friend, we were trashed. Like, we weren't just drunk, we were trashed. And so I found some photo evidence. This was the
Okay.
morning after the night before, where, can I just say that the hotel, I kid you not, was 100 yards,
Okay.
maybe a bit longer. And my mum had text on my very big phone at the time, where are you? And you can just tell by the tone, where are you? Oh, we're only going to be 5 minutes. We're only down the road. Well, you can imagine, like, get your ass back home sort of thing, back to the hotel. And, well, when we said 5 minutes, that must have took an hour. So they came and looked for us, but we were bouncing off every palm tree and that on the way back. They said that they just watched us and just was absolutely in awe of the state of us because there was nothing they could do. And
There's nothing like
nothing. They were just disgusted actually. And so this was my friend's legs the morning after the night before. because we just were falling all over the place. So my friends, these like are very old, and she got massive bruises. Oh. Anyway, we got back to the hotel and that was it. The room was spinning. Like, I think my eyes had gone into the back of my head, and we honestly, it was dreadful. Like, we weren't just sick, we were sick, and it was everywhere. I kid you not. My friend would tell you now, like, it's horrible, and I can't believe I'm telling you. She threw up on me. I threw up on her. My mum.
Oh God.
My mum came into that room, and I thought I was looking at her, but I clearly wasn't, because she was spinning just like the room was. And she goes, well, I hope, well, she swore actually. She goes, well, I hope you're proud of yourselves. She said, in the morning, you can take them sheets down to the reception and tell them exactly what you've done. And then she walked out and went, and by the way, we're on a boat trip tomorrow. And I was like,
You were
oh.
very brave.
Yeah. And then this was like us on the boat trip. So us with a couple of black bin liner bags, because she was hurling up. There's me just not looking great. Can you see it? And then look, we are very sad. My friend, she's gonna have an absolute meltdown about this. However, we will laugh, and we can't exactly take it to the grave anymore because I've just told you. But look, we were not happy people.
Yeah.
And there's another one here somewhere where I just weren't even on the same planet. Oh, it was dreadful. Where did it go? It was the funniest thing. I just did not want to be there. I didn't want to.
You know, I named the podcast Glitch in the Guidebook. Oh, that's a proper glitch in the guidebook.
Look, not happy person right now.
No, not at all.
No. And so they took us on a boat trip. So you can imagine that. But however,
All of these
then
movements and everything.
my beautiful friend before all of that carnage.
Oh, there is a smile.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was tragic. But anyway, it was one of the best holidays of my entire life at the same time. And yeah, not to be repeated.
Yeah.
We didn't know about this boat trip, but I'm pretty sure that was planned the minute they saw us walking up there looking like that as
It's
punishment.
probably the minute when you say, yeah, probably. Yeah.
That was punishment.
I
I'm
think
telling
so.
you. But I like to keep my feet on the ground anyway. I'm not a boat person, so that might not have helped. And then, yeah, just. But we talk about it now and we laugh our heads off. I mean, other stuff went on that night, obviously. It was so. It was. But to think that my daughter is 14 nearly, and to think that she would do that, I'd be mortified.
To be honest, we did have a conversation with my husband in regards to this, because sometimes we are so afraid and so controlling our kids purely because we know what we did when we were younger, and we don't want them to do the same thing. And now, because we are looking at this from the the parent perspective, we don't really want to do that. But I'm absolutely the same. I'm restricting him, or I'm trying to control him, or to have a conversation to explain him purely because I know what I was doing when I was younger, and my mom, she's never known about this because back then I didn't even have a phone. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll disappear for the whole day and playing with kids and going in the city
yeah.
center. She wouldn't know where I am, but then I mean, I don't know. It's just I'm absolutely petrified to leave my son without being able to see where he is. And
I
yeah,
have to say, I think the whole culture change is different, to be fair. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, things have changed over the years, and I wouldn't dream of letting my kids go to another hotel because the entertainment's better by themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't dream of letting them do it. Whereas back
Yeah.
then, like I mean, and underage drinking as well. Like, I'm not condoning this, by the way. I'm not saying that this is a good thing to do, but we did have some. We talk about it now, and we laugh about it. As disappointed as the parents were, me and her just had the best time. Not after that, straight away. That wasn't a
Yeah.
good time. And
Mm.
then, we just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, it was just, we talk about it now, and we just have, there's so many memories that we have together. Um, so in a way, I half regret it at the time, but now I don't, because it's something we still talk about 20 years later.
And I'm sure you're laughing about.
We laugh about it, but unfortunately, whenever we see aftershock or absence, we can smell it and we can taste it. I've been really lucky to be well travelled. I've been to many, many places. I've been to the States. I've been to Orlando and Florida. How many times have I been? 9, 2013, 2015. I've been 3 times to the States, one of which was a honeymoon. We took the kids or just Shelby actually at the time. But yeah, I'm well travelled. I've done a lot, so I'm very
Do you
fortunate
want to
that
share
way.
something? I mean, whichever destination you would like, do you want to share something? I mean, it
Well,
doesn't need to
I
be like
love
a,
I love the States.
yeah,
I love Florida. I love Disney and all that kind of thing. I love all the hype and just some of the stuff you see. It's so artistic. I've been at various different times of the year as well. Coming into October time when it's Halloween, everything is stripped and moved and changed to Halloween. The effort and the money that goes into Disney is quite something. Um, straight after Halloween, you're in Christmas. It's crazy. The only thing I've got less likely to enjoy doing is queuing. Oh, I can't queue anymore. No. But I love the States, and we used fast pass tickets. But the issue with fast pass is everyone then started using them, so sometimes the queues were just as bad as the other lines, and now it's not as easy. You have to pre-book your slots and stuff. So
yeah.
I think a lot of it, that takes the enjoyment element out of it a little, that you've got to pre-book your time slots to go on a ride and oh. Um but yeah, the States was wonderful. It's really good for the kids. Shelby's now nearly 13. Well, she is 13. And you kind of get to that point, don't you, where they're not really into that now, but because I've got a 6-year-old, she's obviously well into it and loving life. So yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. But I do like Greece, um, the Canary Islands. Can't go wrong with that.
Do you try
Well,
different foods when you visit different places, or you stick to, let's say, the standard one?
no, I try to eat. The only thing I won't touch is like sushi and squid and shit like that. No,
Okay.
no, but
And
I
do you
will
like the
try
Greece food?
fish.
Because it's more Mediterranean food. Do you like it?
Yes, yeah, yeah. I don't mind it at all. Yeah, I don't, I don't really mind. Uh, the only thing I don't really like out there is their sausages and bacon. That's different.
Yeah.
That's very different. Yeah, I don't like that.
Different like taste, or different how they cook it?
Both,
I
both.
guess taste, both.
It's
Okay.
different. Yeah, yeah. And you can't get a decent cup of tea.
No, you can't. And this is the problem. You can't get a decent cup of tea anywhere out of UK, but we can't get
No.
decent coffee when in the UK, because I do, as
No,
Bulgarian, I do
not
really
the way
strong
you drink
coffee.
it. Not the way you drink it. No, no. I mean, I thought I was a hardcore coffee drinker, but you are something else. As as like with chili flakes, and like I don't know how you do that, especially that time of the morning. Like, no, can't do that. You
No, I
are
do like spicy food.
you like whiskey, you like spicy foods, and you like coffee.
Well, even now I'm drinking coffee.
Oh, I can't do that now. I won't go to sleep. I will climb on the walls. I don't know how you do it.
No, after half an hour, if I go to bed, I'm absolutely done. That's it. The coffee will not stop me at all.
Wow. Wow. You're just built differently.
Yeah. So is there any favorite? Because you said you went to a lot of places in US. Is there any favorite place?
Just Orlando itself. We went and had a look at like Kissimmee. But other than that, I haven't gone anywhere else in the States. It was literally just Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
want to
But
live there or just to visit it?
oh no, I couldn't live there. No, just
No.
to visit. No, just to visit.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to go longer than two. I say, would I want to live there? Like, it's difficult one, isn't it? It's difficult. It's a long way. The older I'm getting as well, I'm not doing very well with travelling.
Yeah.
Like sitting on a plane for 14 hours and yeah, it's getting to me a bit. I don't know why, but yeah. But I love like Maspalomas, all those sorts of places. We've just been to Maspalomas actually in January because out there they celebrate like Christmas, is it, or New Year or something later on.
Hmm.
Um, so we went down to what was Yumbo,
Okay.
and we did a lot. I've been there a few times. I've been to Corfu. I've been to Mallorca, and Menorca. Um,
Always
I
have.
have. Yeah, I'm very, very lucky to have been where I've been. I've been on dolphin trips. I've seen dolphins and whales and bobbing turtles and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm just trying to think of somewhere where I where I haven't been, where I'd really like to go.
This was one of my questions. Is there any place on your bucket list that you would like to visit?
I always wanted to go to Dubai, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, the older that I've got, and the more you know about places and this, that, and the other, you tend maybe it's fine as a couple of nights stopover sort of thing.
Yeah, I
um,
think.
it's a hard one actually, isn't it? Because it's not something I've really thought about. I think because I've been able to travel the way I have been. Don't get me wrong, there's a whole world out there. But to actually sit and think about somewhere where I would really like to go. The only thing I would like to do is actually more city breaks.
Okay. Any particular one?
Oh, I want to go to Barcelona. I want to go to Venice. I want to go to New York actually to do Christmas in New York.
That's magical.
It is, but it's bloody cold, and I don't do the cold.
Come
But
on, you'll survive for a couple of days. Not
I
so
don't do
bad.
too
Oh,
I don't do too hot either. That this is a problem. Definitely city breaks. So I want to do some Christmas breaks, like in Bruges, or I just want to do. Yeah, I've not really done city breaks. But
well, I'll
it's
be
just
starting sharing some Christmas markets offer because even though it's June and it's really weird for me to share some Christmas offers,
I
actually
know.
by Christmas it's gonna be a bit too late. So it
Mhm.
is weird summertime to share Christmas offers, but it is actually the time, and for some of them it's probably even late, to be honest.
I know, I get that, and I know exactly how it is because I have to think the same with floristry. I'm already thinking about Christmas wreath making workshops. In September, I'm going to have to start thinking about Easter.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, it's very, very similar where you have to be ahead of the game and thinking forward all the time about what you're going to do next. What's the next thing coming? You know, like Mother's Day, Valentine's, Father's Day, Easter, Christmas, you name it. It's constant. You have to be always proactive and always forward thinking with that. So,
Yeah.
very much like yourself, you're going to go and put holidays out about Christmas, say June or July time, because people, I mean, we are, but we're 6 months from Christmas, aren't we? And it's quite frightening that we're already at that point. To think that I was in Palmer at the beginning of January. It's just flown by this year for me at the moment. I mean, not necessarily all bad, because that means I'm busy. That means I'm proactive, you know. But there
Absolutely.
has to be a point, I think, where you have to go, don't you? Do you know what? It's so hard to cram all the memories and stuff that I have done on the holidays. You know, I've been to aqua parks, I've been to zoos, I've held parrots, I've held baby alligators, I've what have I done? I've rode camels. I've been very, very fortunate to experience so much stuff. I've been on what? I don't know what they are. I've been on those. Oh, they're noisy. It was in the I swam with manatees.
Okay. Manatees.
Yeah, I've done that too. It was disgusting, but I've done it.
Well, to answer your question, the questions you meant to fill out is
Sorry.
that's okay. What's one travel story you're thinking about sharing? This is the first
Oh,
question. The
apart
second
from that
question,
one, apart from the first one.
well, I don't know if you were thinking that that works. Then it's where did it happen and why is it memorable for you? I don't know if it's memorable. Do you
It
remember
wasn't
all
memorable.
all the parts of the holiday?
It wasn't memorable at the time.
Okay.
It was tragic.
But now you're laughing, so
Yeah, I can't really. I used to overpack terribly.
so I think
Um,
that's still in place with me as well. I'm still overpacking.
I have to say, I don't think I'm as bad now. I have, I've really managed to slim down what I take. Um,
Wow.
I've just recently been to something called Tropic Fest, and we was there from a
Okay.
weekend. So I achieved basically to go on this event from Tropic, all expenses paid, you know, food, drink,
Yeah.
entertainment, and all that sort of stuff. And we stayed in like a year. You've probably seen a video I put on actually recently of some memories that popped up. And we stayed in a yurt tent type of thing, and it was an experience. I am not a camper.
No?
I've no, I've come to that conclusion that I am not a camper, and I was cold. It weren't even cold, but it was cold. Um, but I had the best time of my life, and that we stayed at somewhere. I think it was called Chillington Hall in the grounds. It was a fair distance, but to cater for over 7,000 of us, I think it was. It had to be a big area. And to
Hmm.
do that, it was a fantastic experience. I've done the Glammies as well, twice, and it's just basically it's a massive thank you for us for doing what we do. And it's not something I do all the time as well. It's something that fits in with me. It fits in with my life. If I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. There is not a strict structure at all with it, and it works really well for me. I've got a client base that just come back to me for what they need, and to be fair, that is enough right now, for my plate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done so many things in the UK as well, and I've met some wonderful people. I've worked with some wonderful people. My friend, who's also a Tropic Ambassador, I think she's a senior leader now, she's
Mhm.
going to Costa Navarino for 6 nights,
Wow.
all because of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It it's definitely an experience, and it's definitely something to do, because these trips I wouldn't have done. I would have never done any of this stuff.
And it's not only because you're
Lucinda,
getting the trip, it's the reward and the appreciation from the company that they appreciate what
Mhm.
you and the rest of you are doing for them and for the
Yeah,
customers.
they really do appreciate us, and that's what sets them apart from a lot of other different places.
Yeah.
They they give, and the biggest thing of it all, really, for me, is the fact that they're giving back to third world countries.
Yeah.
You know, they've built schools in Madagascar, Cambodia, giving them an education. It's quite an astounding thing once you really, really look into the depths of it. Every single product that is sold, 10% goes straight to those charities.
That's really cool. Okay. What's a travel mistake you've made that others can learn from?
Don't underage drink, kids.
That's cool.
Don't underage drink, kids. It's not good.
Yeah, this was good. That's cool. Okay. You ready for the second one?
Yeah.
Okay. What's one small thing that makes a big difference on your trip?
One small thing.
That makes a big difference on your trips? Like a travel hack, packing tip,
Oh.
um,
It's got when you got the kids. It's got to be the first aid kit.
okay, okay. You-
Yeah, and you don't need to take as many shoes as you think either.
You're the second person saying that. Emma said the same thing.
Yeah, she's right.
Yeah, and I
It's just
agree.
unnecessary. It's unnecessary. You end up slogging it in flip flops. I don't understand why we're taking stilettos to a Spanish island because I tell you now, the floor is not suitable for that stuff anyway.
Especially after a couple of shots.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, question number 3. What mindset helps you stay calm? Let's start again. What mindset helps you stay calm when plans fall apart? Actually, are you staying calm? Because I'm
No,
panicking.
no,
Okay,
no.
so there's nothing to make you calm down.
I'm guessing it depends on what the situation is.
Let's say that I will tell you a real story. Let's say if you miss your flight.
I would absolutely cry. I, I would cry and find the nearest Prosecco bar.
Where is this for? The Prosecco will calm you down. See,
There
there
we
is
go.
a solution all the time.
I think I'd absolutely have a panic attack. I don't think I could handle that very well.
But
But
that
then again,
happened to me when the little one was 6 months old.
that's all right. It's happened to my friend as well. I mentioned no names, but they'll know who it is when they watch it.
No, it's not nice because I couldn't believe it. I was keep smiling and saying good morning, and they said you missed your flight, and I was pardon, and she said you missed your
I
flight, and I
know.
was but I can still people are outside of the plane, and they're still getting into the plane. Because
Yeah.
people are there, and they said I'm sorry, the gate is closed, and I could not believe, I absolutely could not believe what's going on. If you had 30 seconds to give a new traveler advice, what would you say?
Um.
Oh, your smile
Uh.
and your laughing is going to be something
Well. Well.
interesting.
My first thought would have been funny, but anyway, it's not. It's not good advice. Yeah. Don't overpack.
Okay,
Do
I
not
like this.
overpack. It's unnecessary. You will then put your dirty clothes in with your clean clothes, then you've got to come home, then you've got to wash everything. Oh, it's just not worth it. Pack lightly. And I guarantee you, if there's a washing machine or something in a villa, use it while you're there. I know no one wants to be doing washing while they're on holiday, but let me tell you, you won't have to do it when you get home either.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. And the very last question. What's something unexpected that made the trip way better?
Unexpected. I don't know. Oh, actually, the only thing that was unexpected was when I went to America. There was more people that came with us that I knew that were coming, so that was a surprise. we
And
went
turned
on.
into a good way?
Yeah, it was. It was a big group get together when we went actually, and I didn't know anything about it. It was a surprise. As far as I was concerned, that was just me, my family, and my mum and dad, and that was it. But then there was a coach, like a minibus of us, so that was nice.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was all secretive as well and all planned. And I started to get a sense that something. I mean, I would have never have thought of that for sure. But I was beginning to get a sense that there were just certain people that are avoiding me for a little while, or I wasn't allowed to go and see them, or they were busy. And I'm thinking, I can't
Something
go
wrong
around and
here.
see them. Like, what's the matter with them? And that was all because their cases were in the bloody kitchen.
So what was the surprise for?
It was when we went to America. There's just like a big group of us.
So there was
I
no
think.
certain like a birthday or some kind of celebration, or
Oh,
just
it was our honeymoon.
okay.
It was our honeymoon, but because we had Shelby, I wasn't prepared to leave her at home for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With my mum and dad because I couldn't have left her for that long because she was only 5. Um, so the proviso was that it was going to be us 3 plus my mum and dad, and
Hmm.
then we would have all gone together as like a family because I was going to take Shelby anyway. Um, and then next thing you know, there was some friends of ours, Judy and David. They were in there, and yeah, Dawn and Guy as well, which were godparents to Shelby. So yeah, it just ended up being a big group of us going. And I had no idea until the minibus came, and then all the cogs started turning that all these particular people were like freezing me out, or I wasn't allowed to go and see them and stuff. And now it all makes sense because they were all being shady.
Cool, and it's so nice and cute.
Yeah, so that was unexpected. So it was nice to have a big group of us.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It weren't 2019 actually, it was 2017, not 2019 at all.
Gotcha.
2017, yeah.